Good day, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Real Talk. Rachel, unfortunately, can't be with me today, so I have Myrza Sison once again to help me out. Hi,
Thank you
Myrza.
for having me, Christine. I'm especially excited today because we have amazing guests visiting the set.
That's right, and our guests today exemplify, the saying that you can do anything you set your mind to. So, Myrza, you are a multifaceted woman.
Oh,
you have
thank
done
you.
everything and anything. So, but out of all of that, what would you say is your most remarkable achievement?
That's hard. That's hard to say. Not that I have
hard to
many,
figure out which one.
But I never imagined first that I could ever be a model because I was so shy and gawky, and then next that I could ever be an editor. But it happened.
But
so
you
I
were
guess-
always, you had a nice, tall, lean figure.
True, but I was painfully shy, and I couldn't imagine facing hundreds of people walking down the runway.
But you've always wanted to be one, though. You've
Not
always
really.
aspired,
Not
no?
really. I always loved fashion, and
Okay.
in my deepest, darkest fantasies, I always thought, what if?
Yeah, what if? And then how did that start?
Well, I kind of found ways to plant my discovery. They say
Okay.
that models
Yeah,
are
yeah,
always
yeah.
discovered,
Oh, yeah.
but I found a way to kind of engineer my discovery.
Like how? Like
until-
you were at the right time, the right place?
I
and-
planted myself in a boutique.
Okay.
Where I thought designers might
All right.
drop
and
by.
you were like kind of modeling
kind
on the
of
side.
like emoting on the side, and then 2 hours later, nothing happened.
No?
And the sales girls were like, "Can I help you? I'm okay." Until an agent happened to walk in and ask me, "Excuse me, do you want to be a model?" And I
That's
was
the
like,
style.
"No, but I'd like to be one." How about you? Did
okay.
you always dream of being a swimmer?
How corny,
you
no?
were
From model to swimmer, how corny can I get?
but you were in the Olympics, my
No,
gosh.
but yes, I think swimming was always my passion, was always my dream. I never thought that I could actually make it to the Olympics,
Yeah.
but I sure wanted to
What's
try.
your goal as a child?
It was my dad said, as little girls, we had our little slum books, and you'd ask your
yeah,
friends
you
to
would put-
write. And so one of them actually wrote, like, I hope you fulfill your dream of swimming in the 1984 Olympics.
Oh my gosh.
And I totally forgot about that.
What year was that?
I swam in 84.
No, but what year did you write it?
Oh, I think that person probably wrote it. I was only maybe 8 years old at that
my
time, and I swam. I was 16 in the Olympics. And my dad brought it up right before I swam and said, do you remember that you're actually living out your dream?
So your friend was prophetic.
Yes, but I didn't even know it, but the hours that I actually put in, the sacrifices of,
Yeah.
I think I already did my 10,000 hours somewhere, in between 8 and 16
While
years
going
old.
to school.
While going to school. And I guess the challenges that I had to overcome would be not being normal.
Yes.
I couldn't, and I tell that to my kids nowadays when they have to decide, Ma, should I go out with my friends or should I train?
Yeah.
I said, you'll only have it now. You can always party when you're older, but this will only happen now. And so I grew up like that, like never being able to party, going
I'm
out
sure
with the
you don't regret
boys. So
it.
I had to make sure that all the boys were in the swimming pool to make it fun for
But
me.
party Olympics, party Olympics.
No, it wasn't even party Olympics, but party swim, right?
practice.
Kasi wala pa yung Olympics doon, but because of the training, the Olympics happened.
And it all paid off.
Exactly, and like you, standing out there in the boutique, paid off. But what would you say would be the challenges for you in terms of being a model and trying to fulfill
Well,
that
while
dream?
being a model, we were just talking about it earlier, the
Yeah.
pressures of keeping your weight down.
Okay, but weight for women all over is tough,
Yes.
right? So being a model is
For a
even
model
harder.
especially, because designers kind of design for a certain size, which they call like the rack size. And
Okay.
if you didn't fit into the clothes, you're gone.
You're gone. Like
You're
they said,
gone.
sorry, you're out.
Sorry,
So
you're out
did
of
that
the
ever
show.
happen to you?
It happened once or twice.
So
It
what
was very
happened? Like
painful.
what? Was he like a fantastic designer and you really wanted to walk the ramp and it's like, subukan mo, tighter.
Kind of, but what could I do? So
Yeah.
that's just the reality of it.
And then since then, like what would you eat?
Well, we were in our 20s, so we were metabolizing fast, unlike later in life. And so it was easier than harder. And it was easy to recoup, like if you pigged out one night, it was
Yeah.
easy to make bawi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, Christine, the ability to dream big is not an opportunity given to everyone, especially since we are all born under different circumstances.
That's right, Myrza, which is why accomplishing even the littlest of our goals means so much. But in our next segment, we meet a couple whose mission is to make the world a little bit better by giving everyone the opportunity to dream and make those dreams come true.
Okay, welcome to Liberty House. Ito ang Liberty House. Halika, tuturo ko kayo. Pasok kayo rito. Pangalan ito Liberty House dahil kasi ang goal dito ay para mabigyan ng oportunidad ang mga underprivileged na mga estudyante ng mga taga Marinduque na makapag-aral sa Maynila. Nung araw, doon ako nag-graduate sa Marinduque High School, nag-enjoy ako at lahat. Noong 1959, namatay yung father ko. Bago yung 1960, yung mother ko. Kaya all of a sudden, ulila sa lubos kami. Ang daming tulong sa akin ng mga kamag-anak, kaibigan ng aking mga parents, mga hindi ko kakilala. Tumutulong sa akin dahil nakuha nila aming sitwasyon. Kaya ngayon ako yung medyo napaigi ang buhay ko sa Amerika. Pagbalik ko rito at nag-retire ako, ay naisip ko na magtayo ng ganitong dormitoryo para sa mga underprivileged estudyante ng Marinduque. Ang Liberty House ay nagpasimula noong 1997. Ako po ay taga Marinduque at naisip ko na Marinduque ang tulungan dahil kasi marami mga less underprivileged na mga estudyante na gustong pumunta ng Maynila. Ang problema nila ay kung saan matuloy sa Maynila, very expensive. Okay. Nung tinayo ito, talagang ako walang experience sa boarding house. Kaya lang, andun yung aking desire na makatulong sa mga taga Marinduque. Kaya ang ginawa namin, ang approach namin is more like common sense approach. Ito ang room ng mga lalaki. Nag-accommodate ito ng 12. Ito ay para sa mga lalaki lang. Andito tayo sa area ng mga babae. Ang capacity dito ay 14 students. Sa banda ron, makita doon yung study room nila, tsaka doon din yung dressing room nila.
Malaking tulong yung Liberty House kasi kung wala yung Liberty House, malamang doon ako sa Marinduque nag-aral since ang iniisip kasi nung pamilya ng mga magulang ko, mahal nga kasi magbabayad pa ako sa dormitory, pero dito, libre na lahat. Ang kailangan mo lang gawin is magsipag ka talaga.
Dito po kasi, para po kasi kaming isang team. Parang si Tito Rolly po yung nagiging coach namin, tapos yung mga kasamahan ko po, sila po yung nagiging motivation ko para mas ma-challenge pa po na ma-achieve po yung goal. Yun nga po, yung makapag-aral po ng maayos.
Payback tayo para sa akin dahil mga magagandang tao na tumulong sa akin nung kami naulila. Kaya hindi ko makalimutan yun.
Wow, what an amazing story.
That's really a very noble task to like give back to the future generation.
Yeah, and I guess education has always been an important part of the youth, and I think it's nice that they don't take it for granted.
And it's good that there are people who want to enable the youth who have no means to make their dreams come true.
That's
also.
right.
Yeah.
Anybody helped you make your dream come true?
There are countless of mentors and people in the industry who helped me. So too numerous to mention, but I'm always grateful and thankful that there were people who were always willing to lend a helping hand or encourage. So you.
Both for your editorial career
and the modeling
and your modeling career. Like for me, I guess the person that stands out in terms of really forcing me to live out my dream would be my dad. Because he never, he was always like a dad, but he was also being a coach at the same time. So he'd wake me up at 6 a.m. He'd have his stopwatch and say, okay, you're doing well, or you're swimming slow. I'm like, I'm so tired. I can't swim fast anymore,
But he kept you going.
But he kept me going. And like, I guess now, like, I see it also, like, I don't know. And I know a lot of parents have a hard time trying to see, should I force my kids or should I actually back off?
There's always a debate about helicopter parenting or the tiger mom. Like, how far should you
How far should you go? How far should you push?
What do you apply in your own situation?
I try half and half, but I don't think my dad ever backed off. So I think that helped me. Like, but these days we're so lean. But what if that's not their dream? Or what if I'm pushing them too much? You know, it's always tough. But you know, at the end, your dreams are worth it, no matter how small.
Yes.
I think we should always aim to dream big. Start big. Don't start.
We should actually be thankful that there are people who are egging us on, right?
Yeah, to fulfill.
When you look back, you think, buti na lang, your dad pushed you.
Buti na lang talaga. But I guess these days, you know, I don't know how it is for my kids.
Things are a little different these days.
I think so, you know, because there's more distractions.
Distractions.
We had nothing, right? We barely had TV at that time.
And these days, parang you're supposed to let your kids be what they want to be.
Yes.
And so it's always a conflict of like, but what if she's lazy to take piano practice? Do you still force her or not?
Yeah.
What do you do in that case?
It's really harder. Well, first of all, the distraction is all around. So it's hard to even get the kids out of your house.
True.
They'd rather stay home, watch TV, do the social media and everything else, the computer, which is good, but to a certain extent.
So you have limits.
I do. I set limits, maybe like 2 hours max, but on summer and sometimes you get like, sige na nga.
Well, you know, while the world can be a magical place, sometimes reality can also weigh you down. And oftentimes, pragmatism takes the place of passion, which is why so many choose not to go for their dreams.
But in today's episode, we meet two individuals who has proven that while it takes a lot of hard work for your dreams to come true, it is definitely worth it. But we'd also love to hear what you think, so please send us your thoughts on Facebook or tweet us at CNNPH Lifestyle with the hashtag CNNPH Real Talk. Please stay tuned. You're watching Real Talk.